Greetings everyone, Slogical here, and wow, Bambu, congrats, well done. Sorry about my nose, I'm a bit stuffed up. So this video is about 3D printing miniatures and the quality you can get. I have to say, I'm absolutely blown away by the quality of Bambu Lab printer and the speed that they're printing. It's just mind-blowing. Some of you watching this video are not aware of my channel. You probably came here because of the video title about the quality you can get from Bambu Lab printers. This is not a sponsored video. I bought all my equipment and my printers. I have two printers and they've been an absolute game changer. So this is a typical miniature that we buy for tabletop gaming. I didn't print this and I didn't design this. I'm learning on how to design miniatures like that, but I'm still a long ways to that, and I'm still focusing on doing terrain, which I'll never stop. I will continue doing terrain. I came across an Etsy store, and they were featuring this motorcycle. This is printed with FDM. I'll show you more detail later in the video. It looks a lot like my motorcycle I used to have. You can buy it from an Etsy store. There's a seller there, and it prints in resin, and the quality is just amazing. And you can also buy it from the creator himself as a file. So because I'm in Canada and we have a postal service problem, the post office has been out for a month now, and even in the States they're refusing to ship to Canada because of that. So I reached out to the reseller on Etsy, and his link is below. So please go and check his what he does, and you can buy this model for the best quality it can be. But if you don't have that option, or you want to try, you can also go to the creator himself on myminifactory. The link is also below, and you can 3D print this. I had a couple failed one, but it's about the support. Support is something really tricky, especially with something this tiny, because it's easy to break the mirror and the handle and the clutch and the brake. This is my support after the third attempt, and that was successful. Now it's printed. It took about 4 hours and a little bit to print, and the details are mind-blowing. This is printed on a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, the standard nozzle that comes with it. Look at the mirror and the front brake handle, and this is going to be the hard part, the left side, to removing the supports on the left side handlebar. This is the miniature, typical miniature that's printed in resin or plastic, and you see the details. It's obviously it's not the same quality, but this is really amazing for a FDM, I think. And just look at the little junction point between attaching point. They're just mind-blowing. Now you see that the rail gun there is it's gonna pop off most likely when you remove the support, but that's okay because it's just placed there, like you see on that little nub there. It's for the saddle bag on the right, this saddle bag. The left side is the same as the rail gun. They just sit there and they might pop off, and it's okay because there's a little groove for you to be able to glue them back in. So you can configure this motorcycle differently with the left side bag, with the right side bag, without the Vulcan railgun. It's nice. Like the failed prints, I'm gonna be using them as a crashed bikes. But I scaled that from the file, the STL, at 150%, or no, from 100% to 150. Those are the other bikes that failed. But you know, there's no failure. You can always recycle them as crash bikes. So I'll have them with a bunch of rubbles and pieces, and I can play a scenario that you have to gather pieces from different bikes to make one bike working, and well, the adventure will begin. just look at that. I just can't get over it. Very happy with that because I don't really want to have a resin printer. So this is the guns after it snapped, and one of the bag comes separately and the other one was on, and it comes off really easily. Well, not easily, but it can pop off, so you can reconfigure it the way you want. But look how small this is. The layer line on my fingers are bigger than the layer line in the print. So imagine when I'm going to install that 0.2 millimeter nozzle. Talking about 0.2 millimeter nozzle, here it is. I received it a couple days ago. I haven't installed it yet because I have some bigger prints I need to do for around the house. I might show you guys if you're interested later on. But I'm having a hard time figuring out how much better quality you can get from that because it's with the FDM. Well, now you have an idea. See how the support is big. I'm surprised the weight of that plastic is not breaking the handlebar, but it's holding up. It's a bit flexible, so it's not gonna snap while you cut it. I'll show you a little bit here. Here it is before I start cutting it, and I was going to show the video in cutting and fast forward, but I realized now I'm not going to be able to do that. It's too weird. I don't have the proper camera set up. Now, the best advice I can give you for cutting this when it's so tiny and fragile like that is don't cut all the way through and get better snippers than what I have there. So you just squeeze a little bit, and you squeeze in different spots, like like the dog's chewing on stuff. Eventually, it's gonna break, and it's gonna fall apart. But you really have to be careful with that. I'm almost done with that, and decided to not to do it in front of camera because I was getting too nervous and it was awkward with the camera in between me and my hands. So here's all the chunks that I've removed so far. Here's the gun, how it looks like. And I just need to take a breather there because it was getting a bit tense. You can see through everything. There's even the details in the motor, and I'm really happy with that. So please go to that Etsy store and order that motorcycle. The reseller is not giving me anything to promote him. We just talked a little bit, and seems to be a pretty cool guy, and he has really nice stuff in his store. And I think I'm gonna go and be buying that Badlands car. It looks pretty cool too. Also, don't forget to go and check out the creator because he has amazing models in his store on myminifactory. Actually, I'm going to be posting on myminifactory my terrain there. And don't forget, in January I'm going to be starting my Patreon, and I'm going to have some modern urban terrain like you can use for zombicide or bolt action game, and Marvel Crisis Protocol, and any other recent modern days games. Yes, I know I haven't had the courage to finish snipping that support on the handles. I'm just so nervous about it, and I just want to enjoy looking at the motorcycle before I do that. And here you go. I managed to do it. It was so tricky, and I was just squeezing and squeezing different spots, and eventually by squeezing it releases the small contact that was in the really fragile spots, and it started being loose. So I just twirled it a little bit here and there, move it right up and down, sideways, and then it just fell off, and we're all good. And this is how it finally looks when it's all printed. Just you can add on that saddlebag on the right side, or you can pop off the one on the left side without, so you have the bike without it. You can have the gun mounted there. There's even the pegs for the brakes, the foot peg for the brakes, and gear changing. So much to say about that model. And I'm passionate about motorcycles. I had one that was very similar, minus the survival gear and the mounted Vulcan on the side. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ask questions, leave comments, give suggestions, and if you don't, well, I hope you don't get eaten by zombies.